Okay, that moment when you first wake up, before the phone starts buzzing, before the day's demands really hit you, there's this like unique window, right? A chance to actually set your internal compass. But most of us, well, we just waste it. We scroll, we stress, we let doubt creep in. We pretty much let the world decide who we're going to be that day.
And that's exactly what we're diving into today. We want to give you a shortcut, a system, really. It's grounded in some really old wisdom, but it's also backed up by solid modern science.
Right, this isn't just fluffy positive thinking.
Not at all. It's a blend of Stoic philosophy and, neuroscience, psychology. If you feel like life's just happening to you, this is your wake-up call. Because honestly, how you start your morning, it sets the tone for everything. It really can shape your whole life.
Okay, let's unpack that. The why. Why is the morning the absolute best time for this kind of mental priming? Why not later?
Well, the short answer, it's neurological, purely brain science. As you're coming out of sleep, your brain lingers in these really receptive states, alpha and theta brainwaves.
The same ones they talk about for deep meditation or hypnosis.
Precisely. Your brain is just more suggestible. And here's the key part. Your prefrontal cortex, the critical analytical part that usually argues with every new idea. It hasn't fully booted up yet.
Ah, so it's like the defenses are down.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
It means the intentions or affirmations you feed yourself, they tend to bypass that usual resistance. They sink deeper into the subconscious. It's like the subconscious door is slightly ajar.
That makes a lot of sense. But wait, what about stress hormones? I thought cortisol spikes in the morning. Doesn't that work against this?
You'd think so, wouldn't you? It seems counterintuitive. But that natural cortisol bump, it's not entirely bad. Neurologically, it actually creates a window for, well, heightened focus, and critically for neuroplasticity.
Neuroplasticity, the brain changing itself, right?
Exactly. So you combine that receptive brain state, those alpha and theta waves, with this natural focus boost from cortisol. And you suddenly have this golden hour, a prime time to literally rewire your thought patterns much faster than if you tried, say, at lunchtime.
So we're harnessing this brief, unique brain state, intentionally using it to plant the right first thoughts,
Yeah.
setting the foundation.
That's the goal. And for building that foundation, we turn to Stoicism. It's an ancient philosophy, but it's incredibly practical. It's all about building your inner resilience, your mental armor.
So you can handle whatever life throws at you without getting completely derailed. It's not about suppressing emotions, is it?
No, not at all. It's about mastering your response to them, choosing how you show up.
Okay, so how do we apply this in that morning window? Our sources boiled it down to 5 core pillars, right? 5 specific thoughts.
Yes, 5 pillars. Each one blends that ancient wisdom with what we now know from psychology and neuroscience. Let's start with the first one. It might sound a bit odd initially.
Okay, I'm ready.
Pillar 1, welcoming resistance. And the mantra is simple. Today I will meet resistance, and that's not a problem. I welcome it.
Welcome it. That sounds almost like inviting trouble. A bit pessimistic.
I get why you'd say that, but it's not pessimism. Think of it more like emotional inoculation.
Wow.
Or a shield. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, he literally wrote in his private journal to expect difficult people, meddling, ungrateful, arrogant people.
Wow, okay.
And crucially, he told himself, that is okay. By expecting it, he took away its power to shock him, to throw him off balance.
So the unexpected traffic jam, the rude email, the kid having a meltdown, instead of, why is this happening to me? It's just, resistance, expected, welcome.
Exactly. And the science backs this up. It's called stress inoculation. Psychologists found that when you mentally prepare for stress, your brain actually handles it better when it happens. You get less of that huge cortisol spike that shuts down your thinking brain. Your amygdala, the panic button, doesn't hijack the system. You've already braced yourself.
Anticipation as a buffer. Okay, that lands. So if we've prepared for the external chaos, where do we focus our internal energy?
That brings us perfectly to pillar 2, focusing on control. The mantra here is, I can't control everything, but I can control how I show up. This is pure Epictetus. He basically said, look, divide the world into 2 buckets, what you control and what you don't.
And the Stoics were super clear on this, right? We control our actions, our choices, our attitude.
Yes. And what don't we control? Pretty much everything else. Other people, the past, the future outcomes, the weather, you name it.
Yet we spend so much mental energy worrying about that second bucket, the uncontrollable one.
An incredible amount. And psychology confirms the Stoic view with the concept of locus of control. Study after study shows people with a strong internal locus, focusing on what they can influence. They report higher well-being, less anxiety, more motivation, more grit. It's significant.
Okay, but practically speaking, when facing a big problem, say at work or in a relationship, how do I know if I'm wisely releasing the uncontrollable or just, avoiding a tough situation?
That's a great question. It's about where your focus lies. Are you ruminating on what already happened? Or obsessing about the final outcome? That's the uncontrollable bucket. Let it go.
Yeah.
But are you focusing on the next step you can take, the email you can send, the conversation you need to have, the research you can do right now? That's the controllable part. Pour your energy there. Focus on your effort, your intention, how you show up. Release the attachment to the specific result, but act with purpose.
Act with purpose, not stress. Got it. Okay, so we've dealt with external resistance, focused our internal energy. What about the internal chatter, the self-doubt?
Yes. Pillar 3, cognitive distancing from thoughts. The mantra is profound. I am not my thoughts. I am the thinker of them.
Why does the brain do that, though? Especially in the morning when you're trying to be intentional, it just floods you with negativity sometimes. Feels like self-sabotage.
Well, remember, your brain's primary job, its sort of default setting, is survival. It's a thought factory trying to keep you safe, often by keeping you playing small, inside your comfort zone. That thought, don't try that, you might fail, it's trying to protect you from the feeling of failure. But the Stoics knew if you avoid all risk, you risk never truly living, never reaching your potential.
So you have to see the thought for what it is, just a product of the machine, not reality, not a command.
Exactly. It's a suggestion, often a fear-based one. It's not a prophecy. I love the analogy we found. You can't read the label when you're inside the jar. You have to mentally step back. Observe the thought like it's, I don't know, floating by on a screen. Distance yourself.
Become the observer, not the thought itself.
Precisely. That's the core of mindfulness-based cognitive therapy. Simply observing your thoughts, especially that negative self-talk, without judgment. It takes the emotional charge right out of them. You create space. You stop identifying with the drama.
Okay, creating distance from the negative. The natural next step seems to be actively cultivating the positive, right? How do we make that stick?
Absolutely. We anchor ourselves with Pillar 4, cultivating specific gratitude, the mantra, I am grateful for all that I have. Seneca called gratitude revolutionary, essentially. And think about it, in our world, obsessed with more, with consuming, with what's next, choosing to recognize you have enough right now. That's powerful.
And this isn't about pretending everything's perfect or ignoring real struggles, right?
Yeah, definitely not. Gratitude can coexist with grief or ambition. It's about acknowledging the foundation you do have, even while you're working towards something more. The key application here, get weirdly specific. Don't just say, I'm grateful for my health.
Okay, but like how?
Like, feel genuine gratitude for the way the sunlight hits your kitchen counter, or for the friend who sends you those dumb memes that make you laugh, or just the simple, profound fact that you are breathing. Seriously, something like 150,000 people didn't wake up today. If you did, you've already won. Acknowledge that presence.
Wow. That specific focus makes it feel more real, less abstract, and there's science behind this too.
Oh yeah, big time. Gratitude directly boosts dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good neurotransmitters. Research out of places like UC Berkeley shows regular gratitude practice literally rewires your brain. We're talking increased optimism by like 25% better sleep, stronger immune function, even lower levels of inflammatory markers linked to stress and disease. It's a genuine neurological upgrade.
Amazing. Okay, that leads us to the final pillar, the one that ties it all together.
Yes, Pillar 5, living with urgency. And the mantra is, life is short. I'm not guaranteed another sunrise. I want to live today like it's my last.
This is the famous Stoic concept, Memento Mori, remember you will die.
That's the one. Marcus Aurelius basically said, let the awareness of your mortality guide your actions and thoughts.
It sounds morbid on the surface, but it's really not, is it? It's more like a clarifying lens.
Well, a compass. Exactly. It's a compass. It forces you to ask the hard questions. If today was my last day, would I be proud of how I lived it? How I showed up? Am I putting up with things, jobs, relationships, habits that deep down I know aren't serving my true self? Am I delaying joy or purpose because I assume I have unlimited time?
That really cuts through the noise. Does modern psychology see value in this?
It does. They call it mortality salience. A study, I think, from the University of Missouri found that consciously contemplating the finite nature of life actually increased life satisfaction and pro-social behavior. It jolts you into the present moment. People who reflect on this regularly tend to have much greater clarity on their core values and are more likely to live in alignment with them. It strips away the trivial stuff.
So bringing it all together, what you, the listener, now have are these 5 incredibly powerful principles, 5 commands almost, to deploy in that critical morning window.
Right. They work together to shift your mental landscape from reactive chaos to intentional calm and clarity. But knowing them isn't enough, is it?
No, action is key.
The challenge we want to issue is this. Write these 5 phrases down. Keep them by your bed. For the next 7 days, just 7 days to start, right after you wake up, maybe do 60 seconds of deep breathing first. Before you touch your phone, repeat each phrase to yourself, like 10 times each. Feel it.
10 times each for 7 days. That dedicated focus is how you start overriding the old autopilot, right? How you begin to genuinely rewire that subconscious programming for resilience.
Exactly. That's the mechanism. That's how you take the reins.
It really feels like the difference between being a passenger, just carried along by the day's currents, and actually becoming the pilot, the intentional operator of your own mind and life.
Beautifully put. And it brings us back to that final pillar, Memento Mori. We usually think reflecting on death is, inherently negative or scary. But here's a final thought to leave you with. What if mortality isn't the ultimate source of fear, but the ultimate source of clarity? What if it's the one non-negotiable reality that forces us, if we let it, to stop procrastinating on our purpose and truly live? To be fully present today.